What's good, people? Thank you as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. All right, let's talk Dillian Whyte for a few minutes. Just had a nice conversation with someone about Dillian Whyte in terms of what he should do next if he doesn't get the Anthony Joshua fight April 13th. And right now it is a bit whether or not he gets it, right? I think it's fair to say we're probably at the 50-50 stage. I'm not convinced he does, even though he got an offer. I don't think that's indication of anything, if I'm honest with you. I just think that's the case of Eddie Hearn saying, well, we did offer you a fight, right? If you're Dillian Whyte, what do you do next? What do you do next? He had that big fight against Derek Chisora. Would have done good pay-per-view numbers. He got paid nice money. We all know that. And right now he wants either two things, right? He wants a world title shot or he wants a big, big event. Pay-per-view, maybe even an outdoor stadium event. That's what he wants next. I don't think he gets either, if I'm honest with you. I don't think he gets an outdoor stadium event. I don't think he's that much of a draw. And I don't think he gets a world title shot. So, who should he fight next? Who should he fight next? The problem Dillian Whyte has is that his last two events were pay-per-view, right? His last two events were pay-per-view, good money, right? That everyone talks about it. You want real money, you have to fight on pay-per-view. Maybe not so anymore with DAZN, but in terms of how it works over here in the UK, you want that big, big dough, you have to fight pay-per-view. The thing is, he's had two decent dance partners in order to do that. Derek Chisora obviously is a good one, right? Everyone would have loved that. We still don't know the numbers, but I'm guessing it might have done around, what we're going to say, 350, 400? Can we say that? Is that fair? Especially when you consider it had Frampton and Warrington to compete with. So I'd say about 350, 400, which is a very good number if it did that. And then he had Parker. And Parker was coming off the Anthony Joshua fight, so people knew who Parker was. Plus, on the undercard was Derek Chisora versus Takam. What I'm trying to get at here is he still wants to be a pay-per-view star. So the person that he fights almost has to be a pay-per-view worthy attraction, right? Because he doesn't want to go back to fighting on normal Sky. He knows the difference between the paychecks now. So you look at the names out there, and the names that I think make sense, and there's four of them. Jarrell Miller isn't going to happen because Jarrell Miller is on the shelf to fight AJ. Let's be honest, we all know that now. So there are 4 or 5 guys. Alexander Usyk is an option. Don't think it will happen. Both of them are now big kind of draws, if you like, for Matchroom and Sky and Eddie, so you wouldn't put him in with both. Luis Ortiz. Yeah, Luis Ortiz. There was talks about it when? Before the Chisora versus Dillian Whyte fight got made, and then it kind of got put to the shelf because that motherfucker is dangerous. Dangerous and not worth the money. Povetkin, there was small talks about them fighting before. Nothing really. I think when Povetkin fought David Price, Dillian Whyte supposedly went up to Povetkin and said, look, should we fight next? And something was verbally agreed. That fight didn't happen. It could happen next. Dominic Breazeale. Dominic Breazeale is almost the forgotten man of the heavyweight division. I feel like when people talk about their favourable matchups, no one seems to mention him. He's only lost once, and that was to Anthony Joshua. And he didn't put on that bad a performance. I mean, it wasn't a Charles Martin performance. He's put himself back in the mix. I think he's mandatory for the WBC heavyweight title with Deontay Wilder. So he's in the mix. And I think that's a fight that makes sense. Is it a pay-per-view fight, though? Not sure. I'm not sure. I still don't know if Dillian Whyte's a pay-per-view fight by himself. I still think he needs something extra, a good dance partner, a good undercard. So I'm not sure that's a pay-per-view fight. Kubrat Pulev. Again, this is the fight that Dillian Whyte was linked with. Didn't happen. Remember, Dillian Whyte was linked with that fight. Jarrell Miller was linked with that fight. Neither of them took it. Hughie Fury took it. And Hughie Fury was hoping that he was going to win that and then put himself in a position to fight AJ for his title. Didn't happen. Kubrat Pulev is still a very, very good fighter. Problem with Kubrat Pulev is that he's now signed with Top Rank and Bob Arum. So I don't know how that would work. My favourable 2 out of those list, Luis Ortiz, Povetkin. Breazeale 3rd, Kubrat Pulev 4th. And the reason I think I favour those lot is because Dillian Whyte firmly believes that he is behind Wilder, Fury and Joshua, right? He thinks those 3 are the champions or the lineal check, whatever you want to put Fury's tag as. And he thinks that he's just below those. I don't think that. I think Luis Ortiz is better than them. And you'd have to fucking convince me a lot to tell me that Dillian Whyte is a better fighter, a better boxer, and can beat Luis Ortiz. I have Luis Ortiz below those 3 guys. Luis Ortiz is my 4th. And then I have Dillian Whyte, and then I have Povetkin. I genuinely believe that all those guys I mentioned, Breazeale, Pulev, Povetkin, and Ortiz, think that they're the fourth best. I really do think that. Pulev's only lost once. That was to Vladimir Klitschko. Povetkin's lost twice. That was to the Klitschko and Anthony Joshua. Brazil's only lost once. That was to Joshua. Luis Ortiz only lost once to Deontay Wilder. So look, they're all evenly, I think, ranked to match. So I think these are good matchups for Dillian Whyte. I would love to see it happen. I don't know if he would take the risk with Luis Ortiz. I think he would fight Povetkin, Brazil, and Pulev. I don't know if he'll take the risk with Luis Ortiz. Trust me about this Luis Ortiz thing, people. We might not, the casual fans might not appreciate Luis Ortiz and think he's very much. And I can understand it. We've seen him in against performances like Dave Allen, and people are like, what the fuck is this? Listen to what boxers say about Luis Ortiz. Listen to what boxing trainers say. Just type it in onto YouTube. They rate him highly because they see he has a skill element that is very, very dangerous. Again, there aren't many southpaw heavyweights, so it's not even easy to get sparring from either. And he's a legit boxer. So those are the fights I would love to see Dillian Whyte in next. If he doesn't get the AJ fight. If he does get the AJ fight, good luck to him. But if he doesn't, he's got to still keep his ball rolling. And I think there's nothing better than to keep it rolling against Luis Ortiz or Povetkin.